Thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you watching from Ground Zero, watching from the United States, those watching in Europe. Merry Christmas. All my people in South Africa, big shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. Uh, I am coming today because we have uh, a lot of stuff at stake that we have to educate our people. And without education, our people will not know what is going on. And uh, La Republic will be telling them all sorts of lies back home about, oh, they have discussed with the frontline leaders, they have talked with them. But we are at a very difficult times, very difficult moment in the history of our struggle. And we have to face the reality because the more our people are languishing in those dungeons, our people are suffering. So many Amazonians are having pain. They are having some difficult times. You see some come online, some will laugh all day, but they are in jail. People are in jail. People are in refugee camps. And also we see other Amazonians who are very serious, some who are just laughing. But most Ambazonians will go to bed lying on their pillows, soaked with tears. Some Ambazonians have families, but feel like they are the only person in the world. Okay, some have families back home that cannot feed themselves. The reality is that we are in crisis. Okay, people don't understand what our people are going through back home, and some people still take this struggle for a joke. Okay, we are in a crossroad in this struggle, and this is the moment that we have to take things serious because some few people will just go and sell the struggle, and our people in jail will never come out. Our people in the refugee camps will stay in the refugee camps. No, if you go and sign anything, the public will not even care about anybody anymore. They can rot in jail, they can rot in the refugee camps. Those people who are abroad, they can stay in the diaspora. Nobody cares about them no more. That is what we are talking about. And what about the life of the more than 6 million Ambazonians in Ambazonia who are displaced internally? Do you care about them? This I'm asking to all the frontline leaders who are saying that they are negotiating in Canada. They have to tell us how different is the negotiation in Canada so feasible than that of Switzerland. Because we know what was happening in Switzerland. Most of the people who rejected the Swiss-led negotiation, they were calling it Swiss cheese. We want to know, is the Canada cheese more sweeter than the Swiss cheese? That is the answer we are waiting for. And before we dig into those responses, we know that the Canada government is going to give a response. But we also expect the La Republic government to give us a response. Because what was the main complaint of people like Professor Anyangwe, who did not go to Switzerland, was that La Republic is not showing interest. Now, what interest is La Republic showing? Is there any written statement made by La Republic? Is there any document that we can see that La Republic has written that yes, they are in Canada talks? We have not seen none of that. Now, what is the commitment of La Republic now in Canada that they did not commit in Switzerland? Because what we know, the talks in Switzerland was being stalled, was being slowed because of the non-compliance of La Republic. So most of those people who did not, they say that the Swiss is a Swiss cheese. They call it Swiss cheese. I don't know the name we are going to call the Canada, because we have not seen something fruitful. We cannot have people who are going to talk on the behalf of this of Amazonian, but they don't open up, right? Is it another Swiss cheese or Canada cheese? I want us to get this straight, okay? I understand all negotiations have not been the same, okay? All negotiations have not been the same. So we don't expect what happened in different countries to happen in Amazonia. We don't expect that. We know that, okay? But what we have to know about is those components that we must see when it comes to peace making processes, okay? Be it mediation, be it arbitration and adjudication, or whatever you have, this is something that should be between two countries. We are not looking at a civil war here. This is not a civil war. This is a two countries war. So we should not treat our case like a local internal matter. This is not about internal matter of La Republic. Okay? We have to see all those ingredients that make up those components of peace and reconciliation, and how we can build that peaceful neighborship going forward. That is the goal of all what we are trying to do, okay? It's very difficult for countries to come and recognize us as of now, because even look at Somaliland. Somaliland, even till date, most countries have not recognized Somaliland. But of recent, you saw the communique of the United States, right? And the Tibor Nagy just made I think a comment about that. This is it. He said President Biden has signed into law the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, allowing Somaliland to participate in U.S. military program. So this is, this is how many years that Somaliland has been without U.S. recognition. Okay, but today they are being invited to join the U.S. military defense authorization. So this is how countries are recognized. For now, we know countries, different countries that are recognizing Somaliland, countries like Taiwan, okay? But as of now, we know of 35 countries, okay, that have recognized Somaliland. Somaliland is a country of just 3.5 million. Amazonia is 8 million. So you see the difficulty that, okay, that is how it is. So Somaliland almost have similar history, because they also came out from the British rule in 1960. Okay, and they were recognized by 35 countries, But what are we trying to talk here? We have a very legitimate case here, because our situation is not like countries that do not have independence, okay, that are struggling to be recognized. Okay, we were granted independence in 1961, right? But that independence was tied with many clauses. Many clauses was tied to this independence, okay? Because in 1961, there was that referendum that two regions should come together and form a federal system, okay? But that federal system was supposed to be followed up. And if the federal system did not work, the next option was for the two countries to go their pathways. And that is what has been going on now. The federal system has not worked. It will not work. And the constitution that the federal system brought in was a fake constitution that was done by sole-handedly Aijo. That is what they did. And what our parents had no power, okay? They had no power, okay? The arrangement was that the Francophones, the Southern Cameroonians and the French Cameroon was for that presidency to, to alternate in terms of the vice president and the president, okay? While each state will have its own prime minister and assembly with lawmaking powers. That was the arrangement. We were supposed to maintain our House of Chiefs, our house, our national house, while that arrangement goes like that. It wasn't supposed to be everything moves to Yaoundé, presidency, Yaoundé, this Yaoundé. We were supposed to maintain our prime minister. The prime minister was supposed to be the vice president. Okay, it was supposed to be the vice president. The West Cameroon, as it was called then, that was an Anglophone state. Okay, Jongu Foncha was the prime minister from 1961 to 1965. Right, he was replaced by Augustin Gomjoa, who served as prime minister from 1965 to 1968. Okay. Then Solomon Tandemuna then served from that 1968 to 1970, when the post was abolished by Aijo, right? So in that Federal Republic of Cameroon, Jongu Foncha was the first vice president that he served from that 1961 to 1970. When he was replaced by Solomon Tandemuna, who served from 1970 to 1972, when the post was abolished again. So you see, the post of the vice president was abolished. And then in 1972, Aijo changed the federal constitution to abolish the federation. Okay, this is where the trouble started. When Aijo announced in 1973, Aijo announced and appointed Muna as Speaker of the National Assembly. Okay, this was the number 2 position. He served from 1973 to 1988. In 1975, Aijo appointed Pobia as Prime Minister of the new republic. That was when Pobia came to power. Then in 1982, in preparation of the resignation of Aijo, Pobia was made the successful successor, bypassing Muna, because Muna was the second in command, because he was the Speaker of the National Assembly. Okay, that was where you know that there was a constitutional coup, because when you have somebody who is second in command and the rightful successor, the rightful successor who was supposed to replace when Aijo resigned, that is when you see that Biya became president. That's when we say Biya, even today, he is an illegitimate president. That we Amazonians, we Southern Cameroonians, are not even supposed to support him. All those people who are supporting that CPDM thing, they don't know the history, how Biya came to power. Okay, he was an Anglophone Southern Cameroonian, because Aijo changed the constitution, changed the federal constitution, change it. Okay, that is how it is. Even in 1984, when Biya had to change the name from the United Republic to La République du Cameroun. Okay, this is when Anglophones were totally assimilated. As we see the history today, when you want to go and sit in somewhere and be talking negotiation, you don't know how our story have come till this date. Okay, when you give somebody, like in 1988, when Fonka Shang Lawrence replaced Muna as the Speaker of National Assembly, he was also replaced in 1992 by Kavaye Yege Jibri. Kavaye Yege Jibri is the speaker to date as we are speaking. more than how many years Kavaya Yege is still about 30 years today. So that is how you have been marginalized and assimilated. Okay. When they put someone like in 2013, Paul Biya, since that 1992 when Frundil won the election, Anglophones have been the prime ministers. Okay. But do you know that the portfolio of the prime minister is not even among the first that can replace Paul Biya in case of death now? Because normally Anglophone, in case of death, it was not supposed to be. Now they're looking for Frank Biya. Okay. In 2013, Paul Biya appointed Marcel Nyar Difendi, president of the Senate and constitutional successor of the Republic. See how he changed it? So even if they want to talk of look at the state protocol now. Number 1 is the president of the Republic, is a francophone. Number 2 is the president of the Senate. Okay. 3 is the speaker of the National Assembly. Number 4 is the president of the Economic and Social Council. Number 5 is the Constitutional Council. Number 6 is the president of the Supreme Court. Do you see even a prime minister there? When we say this prime minister is just a figurehead, you people think that, oh, what kind of federal system can you have here when you have this kind of constitution? We should think when we go and be laughing in this our negotiation process. We don't want any relationship with these people anymore. We are gone, we are done. Anything that you think that we can still rub shoulders, it will not work. Because this is look at what you are thinking, that you can still have space in this kind of constitution, in this kind of environment, where the first 6 people that can replace Biya, in case Biya dies, Anglophone is not even there. Okay. Ask yourself, why did they abolish the vice president post? The vice president is usually the person that replaces president, but there's no vice president post. They changed the constitution. Now we have the second in command. If President Paul Biya dies today, it's not even it's the president of the Senate. President of the Senate. The third is the Speaker of the National Assembly, Kavaya Yege, that can become the president. If Nyar Difendi is unable to take the power, it will be the Speaker of the National Assembly. Okay. If the Speaker of the National Assembly cannot take it, it will be the Economic and Social Council. All of these people are not Southern Cameroonians. The next one is the Constitutional Council. Then you go now to the Supreme Court, number 6 position. Okay. So this is why we say that this is not about just a change of constitution. This is what we call a successful coup d'etat. Constitutional coup of people who just want to assimilate. This is assimilation something. Okay. Those coup d'etat that we talk about, the first coup d'etat was in 1972. As I just told you, 1972 when Aijo abolished the federal system. That was the number 1 coup d'etat. Number 2 coup d'etat was in 1982, the appointment of Paul Biya instead of the Anglophone that was supposed to replace Aijo. That was the second coup d'etat. The third coup d'etat was in 1984 when Paul Biya changed the name from United Republic to Republic du Cameroon. And another coup d'etat was when Biya appointed Kavaya Yege Jibri as the Speaker of the National Assembly in 1992. Okay? These are all what that tells you that we have been assimilated. Okay? Anglophones have not just been assimilated, they have been eliminated in every sphere of whatever you can think of. Okay? Because Anglophone has been moved from the second state personality. The constitutional The constitution is not even in their favor. The history is there, but how do you, this is the reason why Anglophones are fighting. Because we cannot be seventh in command, and you say you are having special status, you are having special what are you having special when you are not even first six to replace the president of a republic? Okay, I will just want to believe that, as Canada is one of those people who are trying to help in the peace process, they will educate La Republique about their own system that they have there. Because if we, like Pa Folger said, that, and even Pa Molan Jolly also say, this power was supposed to be rotative. For the past 60 years, we have not been given the chance to even sit as the second in command. So why are we talking about people staying there when you don't even have a chance? There's no chance for you. Why should we be in kind of relationship where you are not even considered in anything? Okay, you're not even considered as a person, as a people. So why should you be begging for crumbs every time? Why should you think that you can have something when there is nothing for you? These are things that we should talk about, right? Because most of our people are always saying that, oh, things can be good, things can be good. There's nothing that can be good, right? Look at the situation. Our situation is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay, our people are being assimilated. There's violence, oppression, repression, torture, massive. What have you that you want to have when you are going through all this kind of torture, all this kind of mistreatment? Okay, but I want us to understand that in this process of negotiation, our people have to understand what they want. We will not go and be guessing things there. As I saw Professor Anyangwe trying to say, oh, we need expert in this. But you are going there. Why not start building that expertise? Why not call all the leaders and build a strong, when you go to any negotiation process in the position of weakness, you don't have decision making. We have to go there as a Southern Cameroon body, as an Ambazonian delegation. All leaders contribute some expert. We go there, we are ready. Even if it's something that we cannot have a negotiation where when you go there, then they are sending like a third class representative. Then we hear of the CDN representing. What is all that for? Are we really serious in what we are talking about negotiation? So we should be very, very steadfast in this. We don't want our people to be going round and round and round and round. We have been fighting this thing for the past 6 years now. We don't want our people to go to negotiation who don't know what is a negotiation. When you go to a negotiation and start calling, say you need expert, you need this, it means that you people are not even ready, right? And when you allow La Republique to determine the time and pace and the length of the negotiation, it means you are going there in a position of weakness. You cannot go to a negotiation in a position of weakness when you have to tell them that this is what you want. You cannot go to a negotiation process unprepared. Okay? Then when you go there, we are still waiting for the talks. We only know there's something going on in Canada. We don't even know whether it's this leader just went there and had their wine and say they we don't know. we are still not, we don't want to start calling it Canada cheese, because when our leaders, some leaders were in Canada, were in Switzerland trying to build that capacity building, try to do something, okay, they were calling it Swiss cheese. All those people who were calling it Swiss cheese are now in Canada trying to do what they think that was not happening in Switzerland. So we are just trying to say that anything that is going on in Canada, it should be an internationally led peace process. Because any backdoor negotiation that is not internationally recognized will not go anywhere. We will reject any form of talk that is not internationally recognized, because this, our crisis, is not a local crisis. You saw the national dialogue that took place. The national dialogue did not go nowhere because they realized that the leaders were not there. The Ambazonian leadership was not there. They took some CBGM elites and go and put it there. Those are Ambazonians. They are not Ambazonians. And you saw that it did not work. That's why fighting continued. So anything that they discuss in Canada, if it is not what we expect, and if it doesn't show sign of what was going on in Switzerland, we will not take it lightly, because we don't want to hear that we have been manipulated. We don't want to hear that there is no stamp of authority. We don't want to hear that, give us some time. That means that the thing is failed. Because any talk that takes this long for a communique to come out, what other expectation do you have? Okay, they talk of ceasefire. We know that there is a process when it comes to ceasefire. Okay, there is that thing they call the permanent cessation of hostility. There's what they call the protection of civilians, humanitarian access. All those are part of the process, right? But it takes time before it even reaches the cessation of hostility. You have to first agree in many other aspects before cessation of hostility is just one of them. But you cannot just get to cessation of hostility when you are not sure who is the mediator even. Is Canada the mediator or just the host? We were sure of Switzerland because Switzerland government made it clear that they are the mediator. But yeah, we are not still sure of Canada. Is Canada the mediator? Is Canada just the facilitator? Is Canada just the arbitrator? That we don't know. We want answers. Those are the answers that we want. You either be a representative of the people or you stay aside. It's two things. You cannot claim to be the representative of the people, then you don't want to answer questions. We want answers to those questions, to know who is going to negotiate on our behalf, the people of Ambazonia. If you are competent, if you are a person that we can trust, we will tell all the foreign leaders to compose a team of experts so that we are sure that these people are going there to negotiate on our behalf. We cannot allow people going to negotiate on our behalf when we don't even know the faces of the negotiators. We don't know who were there, who signed what, and what kind of paper did they sign. What plan do they have? Plan A or plan B? What are we going to do in? So these are questions that we want answers. Because when you say you are going to Canada, except you are going to represent yourself, but if you are going to represent the people of Southern Cameroon, we need answers to those questions. Okay? We need to know what measures and what is La Republic putting in that we are talking of cessation of hostility. Look, we remember the Colombian lady who came on air and was telling us what happened to them. The FARC people, the FARC fighters in Colombia were cajoled to sign this ceasefire agreement, and they did not understand that ceasefire doesn't mean that dropping of your arms. No, they did not understand. They went and deposited all their material. They came and rounded them up. That is what happened. So when we talk of ceasefire, we should have different meetings, signed documents that La Republic is fully committed to this ceasefire. All La Republic military, bees and everything should leave Ambazonia until the judgment is passed. We cannot allow them in our territory, then you talk of ceasefire. We will not do that nonsense. We will not be fools. We are not fools. They are still killing our people back there. They are still doing all the treasure they can to our people. You talk of ceasefire? No, we will not allow that. So we want something that, if, you know, these people are calling, those people that criticize the Swiss-led negotiation, good and fine. We are open to different forms of negotiation. We don't expect other countries' negotiation to be the same like ours. But what we want, though, if you criticize something, then you prefer this one. Let's see. Open up. Let's get the discussion. Have town halls. Those people who were in the Switzerland negotiation, the ACT team, they had town halls. People asked questions. They were telling us how the Swiss government is doing. Why do you think La Republique back out from that Swiss-led negotiation? It's because it was very, very genuine. It was a gradual process. It was not something of fast tracking. Nobody had to fast track it and trying to make it faster than where it has to go. So I want our people to ask these questions, okay? We don't want people to come and tell us stories. We know it's a pre-talk, and pre-talk has certain. We cannot go for one talk and declare ceasefire. I've never seen that. It has never happened in any country, any crisis, where you go for first talk or second talk and you start signing ceasefire. Ceasefire, then what happened? Who is going to implement it? Who is going to live where? Who's going to move from this place? That is why we are talking about that. We want genuine negotiation. We want to see the commitment of La Republique this time around. If they are the one trying to suggest Canada now. They left the Switzerland negotiation and they took us to Canada, right? Now, let's see if Canada means they will be committed or they just want to play with time, because they are good at that. They played a lot all along this year. They have been playing with time. All what Labor is doing is just playing with time, killing our people, playing with time, kill our people, play with time, burn more houses. That's what they are doing. And they're fooling the international community that, oh, they had this conference. Oh, they had this commission of this, commission of that, commission of this. And they are still killing our people. So we want to see that commitment of La Republique this time around. And any assurance that we don't see, we will put pressure on those people who claim to be representing us, but we don't even know them. The only name that we have heard now is Professor Anyangwe. And he's, from his communique that he put out, he's still not, you know, that the team that they went there, they were not experts. They were just people who just claimed to be leaders, and they went there and they are looking for experts. It means that they are not experts. Because we need experts in defense. We need experts in the economy. We need experts to discuss about different issues, okay? We need defense experts. We need people, humanitarian experts, because these are things that we have to discuss, okay? What we're going to do, how they're going to release our prisoners of war, how they're going to release, how our taking care of our refugees who are still in Nigeria, taking care of all these humanitarian aspects. We need a very serious experts to deal in those domains. We don't need people to just go because they are leaders. You can be a frontline leader, but you don't have. You have to choose someone who is an expert. You must not be there as a frontline leader, but there are experts in those domains that we want to go and do the negotiation on our behalf, and they'll be bringing us feedback of the discussions that is going on. Okay, that is what we are talking about. That is what we are talking about. Yep. So that said, we know of Swiss government that was putting all the effort, doing what we call capacity building, building the team, trying to talk to the La Republic government and talking to the Ambazonian leaderships. That is what we're talking about. But we have not seen that here. The first time they went to Canada, they said everything is classified. I've never seen a talk that is, you are going to talk on the behalf of the people and you say it's classified. Classified for what? Yes, there are aspects that can be classified, but we have to know that you are the people representing the Amazonians, so that if anything goes wrong, we know it's you. Like, we need faces to those names. We need faces to the negotiators. We need faces. We have to see the faces to those names that we hear about. We have not seen them. We don't know who are those. Are they experts? Are they leaders? Are they front? We don't know. We don't know. And we don't want people who are federalists to go and say they are talking on our behalf. We don't want that. If you're a federalist, please leave that negotiation, leave the negotiation, or you join the Republic, because this is what we don't want. Like we hear the people of CDM. We don't even know these people of CDM. Some of them, they say they are one Cameroon, blah, blah. Why are you going to be in our negotiation team? Amazonians don't want anything to do with this type of relationship. We are tired of a relationship. Why do you come and say you are going to negotiate on our behalf? Have you talked to the people of Amazonia? Do you think that if you ask 10 Amazonians, how many of them, how many Amazonians would tell you that they want to stay with these people? So don't go, if you're a federalist, please. Like the Munzos, like the Agbobalas, all those people who are federalists, please go and be the negotiators of La Republic. You are not our negotiators. We did not choose you there. Our people have not died for federation. So just take your time and think. If you are there saying that you are a negotiator and you are a federalist, please we don't want any federalists. We'll select our experts who are independentists. Any expert that is joining our negotiation team will be an independentist. That is clear. Yes, they can call you whether you are secessionist. It doesn't matter the name, but you are anti-federation. Because we don't want this thing going around. They are trying to hide things. We don't want that. If you are a federalist, stay out of the negotiation. For us, for Ambazonians. Ambazonians are not ready for that. Don't go and represent yourself. You say you represent Ambazonians. Our people want a peaceful separation. The negotiation will be peaceful. We don't want discussion that will take us back to La Republic. We have had enough for 60 years. That one is enough. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to all of you watching me. Thank you. Stay blessed. God bless Ambazonia. Okay, this is a new dawn for us. We have to keep the pace going. We are going to win. If we don't, if they could not win us in the field, they will not win us in the negotiation table. They will not win us in the history. They will not win us in the legal table. They will not win us in ICC or ICJ. We are going to win them in all the areas because God is on our side. And this struggle is God-ordained struggle. Thank you very much and see you in the next episode.